And I thank my friend from Pennsylvania. Mr. President, I've spoken before on the floor about the nomination of Judge Michael Mukasey to be our next Attorney General, so I can be brief. I've listened to my colleagues. I respect what they've said. I've listened to those who have spoken against Judge Mukasey's nomination, and I'm impelled to rise and speak because, with all respect, based on knowing this man for 43 years, I believe that people are not treating him fairly who are contemplating voting against him. I respect the opinions that have been stated, but based on this long knowledge of this good man, I think he deserves to be confirmed by the United States Senate by a very strong vote. I met Michael Mukasey when we first arrived together at law school, the same law school, Yale Law School. As I've said on this floor before, the young man that I met then, smart, sensible, honorable, good sense of humor, is very much the same man who has been nominated by President Bush to be our next Attorney General, except, of course, that he's older and wiser and has had extraordinary experience as an attorney in private practice, as a very successful assistant U.S. attorney, as a federal judge, respected by all who came before him. And now, in a really a twist of fate, having retired from the bench, gone back to private practice, he comes to the attention of President Bush and is nominated as Attorney General. He carries with him all the attributes that one would expect and want of an Attorney General. And I would add this: he is exactly the right person to be Attorney General at this moment in our nation's history, after the travails the department has been through, the accusation of excessive political interference there, the questions about the judgment of the previous Attorney General. I can't think of a nominee for Attorney General who has been more independent of the president nominating him than Michael Mukasey in a long, long time. I mean, think about it. President Kennedy nominated his brother. President Carter nominated Griffin Bell, his close attorney and friend from Atlanta. President Reagan nominated his own lawyer, William French Smith, to be Attorney General, and so on. President Bush and Michael Mukasey, as far as I know, did not know each other before his consideration for this position, but he impressed the president based on his experience, his knowledge, his record, particularly his record in dealing with difficult cases regarding terrorism. He has the integrity, the sound legal judgment, and the tremendous work ethic to raise this department up to where we need it to be, to raise the morale of the employees of the department. And if you look at the whole record, I think if you look at the whole record of his experience, it seems to me, as I've listened to my colleagues who are opposing him, they're really, in large part, expressing their opposition to the administration, to the judgments made by the previous Attorney General, and not being fair to this nominee. Judge Michael Mukasey is a man of the law. He is not a man of politics. If he was a man of politics, he would have said waterboarding is illegal, because he knew that's what many members of the Senate wanted him to say. But he did not believe, as a matter of law, as a man of law, that he was justified in saying that. I hope all my colleagues have read Judge Mukasey's response to the letter that was sent to him by the chairman of the Judiciary Committee and other members on this question of waterboarding, because it tells you who Judge Mukasey is and what kind of Attorney General he will be. It's a reasoned opinion. It's a straightforward opinion. It's a opinion based on law. He says waterboarding, to him personally, is repugnant. He says, he opines as a matter of law that waterboarding done by employees of the Department of Defense is illegal. I haven't heard that enough in this debate. He says that explicitly in this letter. Why? Because the law says it's illegal. The Detainee Treatment Act refers to the field manual of the Department of Defense. In that field manual, it is said that waterboarding is illegal. Therefore, Judge Mukasey says waterboarding is illegal. But then he says, I can't say that for other employees of the federal government, particularly employees of the intelligence community, because there is no law that says that. And I would have to have, I ask for an additional moment, I would have to have that objection, the evidence of what it is, the previous legal opinions to do so. So he answered as a man of law, not a man of politics. He is extremely well suited to be the Attorney General America needs now. I say this based on long knowledge of this man and his record. He ought to be confirmed overwhelmingly. I regret that that appears not to be what will happen, but I take some comfort from the fact that he will be confirmed, and I am confident that those who are his detractors today will become his admirers over the next year and a half as he conducts himself as the Attorney General of the United States. I thank the chair and I yield the floor.